This channel is proudly partnered with the What the Funk shop. Please check out their store for all sorts of products. They have dice, miniatures, Game Master screens, home decorations, and many other things. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comment. And make sure that you use my code for a special discount. They have a Halloween sale ongoing. This channel is proudly sponsored by Dead Tree Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop RPG where you play as monster girls, experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released the Whispers of Copperidge adventure module. You will find the links in the description and in the pinned comment. Hi! Welcome to part 1 of my review featuring Fathom, Delver's Codex. This could be considered the player's handbook for Fathom. If you want to know more about the lore behind this science fantasy RPG of a drowned world, please check out my review of the Guide to the World Grave. You will find it in the playlist within the description below. This Delver's Codex contains the entire core system, the character creation process, all of that. Now let's talk about the quality of the PDF. My criticism is that it doesn't have bookmarks and no hyperlinks. This is a 179 pages document, so bookmarks are definitely needed. But when it comes to the writing and the organization, it is great. I only found a couple of typos, but they won't present an obstacle when understanding the content. When it comes to the graphic design and the layout, it is evocative of the sort of science fantasy situation that the game is trying to communicate. Now when it comes to the artwork, the illustrations, some of it is AI generated, and it expresses the mood and atmosphere of the game. So overall the quality is good. Now let's talk about the contents. First, you have an introduction to Fathom. Fathom is a tabletop action role-playing game, or TTRPG for short, putting emphasis on highly tactical combat. But then there are some disappointing parts. It says here, the core experience remains a game about storytelling in the distant, submerged future of our world. Storytelling. This is not a storytelling game. This is a role-playing game. This is not a storytelling RPG hybrid game such as Raven or Children of the Fall or the Hardy Boys role-playing game. You are not telling a story about your characters. You are experiencing the game world as your characters. And then some awful gameplay examples follow. It says here, the gameplay formula is simple. The game master describes what is happening in a given scene. Of course, correct. The players respond and react to the game master's descriptions and in-game actions. The game master determines the outcome with the help of Fathom's dice system. Of course, as you can see, you are not telling a story, you are not having a conversation, but then you have here, as the game master, your headlamps pierce through the dismal water, colliding with a wall of barnacle and rust, and more description. All of that is perfect, correct? And then, what do you want to do? Why is a game master that doesn't exist in the fiction asking the players what they want to do instead of just letting the players take action? Take a look at my actual plays. You will find them in the front section of my channel. The players are never asking questions to the game master. They are role-playing, they are taking action. And then the player known as Chase, it says, what kind of sigil is it? Who did the submarine belong to? Why is a player asking questions to a game master that isn't there? Once the session starts, the game master and the players do not exist in the fiction. They do not exist. If you want to know what kind of sigil is it, I look at the sigil and try to ascertain if I have seen it before. I look at the sigil and try to remember if I have seen it before. I look at the sigil and try to figure out if I understand who it belongs to. And here, who did the submarine belong to? I take a closer look at the submarine, trying to identify the owner of the submarine. Please go back to the original roleplay concept created by Dave Arneson. Gary Gygax never understood how to roleplay in tabletop RPGs. He was the one who organized the concept, the chaotic notes received from Dave Arneson. But even being taught by Dave Arneson, even trying to play with Rob Kuntz, they never understood how to roleplay in tabletop RPGs. So This is a distortion. You will never experience the true immersion and magic of tabletop RPGs if you are constantly having out-of-character conversations between players and the game master that do not exist in the game world. The only out-of-character, so to speak, information communicated during the session should be the results of various dice rolls, some metagaming elements or currencies. That is all, because that is the only way to communicate those numbers and values. But apart from that, everything is within the fiction. It is not a may I, can I, should I, and the game master yes, no, yes, if, maybe, but no, yes, maybe, no. And this is also not a story. You're not telling a story. You're not saying Bob was swimming in the depths and he found a submarine just around the corner, a sunken submarine, and he went through the hole on the side inside of the submarine and he found a metal box. He opened the box and he found an artifact. No, not at all. The game master presents the situation. As you are swimming through the depths, you stumble upon a sunken submarine with a hole on its left side. And then the game master shuts up and the player takes action. The player decides what the character does. There is no what do you do, what do you intend to do, what are your plans, and the players, can I, should I, may I? No, just do it and see what happens. As simple as that, and you can be as cautious about it as you wish. So the example here is awful, terrible roleplay example in this entire section. And then it says the 4 pillars of gameplay. Fathom is divided into 4 general pillars of gameplay. Combat, of course. Role-playing, but it says here, role-playing makes up almost none of the content in this book? Huh? In tabletop role-playing games, roleplay is part of the gameplay. Roleplay is not acting. Actors do not describe their actions in movies and in theatrical plays. They act. Roleplay is not acting. Role-playing is not some sort of drama class or dramatizing. Role-playing is not telling a story. Role-playing is not directing a movie. I can't believe there are still errors concerning this. When you roleplay in tabletop RPGs, you are describing your actions and reactions within the fiction. As long as you do that, of course there's going to be roleplay even within the rules. And then it says exploration is the 3rd pillar, of course. And character building is the 4th pillar. Certainly. Fathom takes place in an alternate timeline of Earth, where human civilizations have moved underground to escape from rising sea levels caused by abnormal ice comet activity. In the spirit of the action role-playing game genre, Fathom's gameplay tends to be unforgiving, of course. None of that should I, may I, can I, and is often skewed against the players. The world is harsh and the rules reflect that. This is a system that is not balanced according to particular encounters. If you are going into the most dangerous areas, the enemies won't scale down to your level, so it's quite exciting and dangerous. This concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to talk about the basic rules. So this is a very disappointing section overall. There are a few salvageable bits, but overall it is not a good section to teach people how to play tabletop RPGs. There are some obvious misconceptions. Thank you for watching this part of the review. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member or using the super thanks button. You can also check out the pinned comment below. This has been Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. I am currently unavailable for professional sessions, but I will put my contact information in the description and in the pinned comment for when I am available again. And remember, in tabletop RPGs, you are not having a conversation about your characters. You are experiencing the game world as your characters. Once again, thank you and see you later.